good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody doing? Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into a new edition, a season kickoff edition of TNT Tonight. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a very fun episode for you on this evening. And definitely make sure y'all go ahead and follow the channel. Definitely follow on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, and everything. Definitely on Facebook. Make sure you go ahead and if you're on Facebook, go ahead and follow Chris A. Newell. Hit that like, hit that following bell right there. And then if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, so that you can be notified whenever I go live. So everybody, thank y'all for coming on into the show. We're going to have a good time. We see, I know we got some people in here. AwakenTheEternal.com. Subtitle The Truth. What's going on with you, my good sir? Welcome into the show. And we are going to have a very good episode on this evening. As we know, definitely, we're going to definitely get into this game. Titans, Broncos to kick off the season. And it's a 3:05 kickoff. So, definitely I will be able to hopefully be recovered. Some of you may or may not know I have been under the weather. I have been dealing with COVID. COVID kind of got me a little bit, but I am actually feeling much, much better. I am in a very good place. And definitely hoping that I'm going to be 100% come game time, ready to see if the Titans can pull off what I guess a lot of people are calling an upset in beating the Denver Broncos, because there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype out there around the Denver Broncos this season. A lot of people are really thinking that the Broncos got to drink my water, keep hydrated. A lot of people are buying into the Broncos. A lot of people are thinking that the Broncos could be really, really legit coming out of the AFC West. There's a lot of people that think, there's quite a few people. I was listening to I think it was Pro Football Focus, and it may have also been the Music City Audible podcast, where a couple of guys were really saying they really think Denver could win the AFC West. I'm not going to say that just yet. I am never going to bet against Patrick Mahomes until there's a reason not to. Now, I know there's that Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift news that could be a distraction to them all year, which could give the opening to Denver, but I'm not going to go that far just yet. But we are going to talk about this game in particular in just a bit. Definitely some news and notes that have been going on. Obviously, a lot of definitely there was some talk about Dan Moore not practicing yesterday, but he is back on the practice field. He was definitely back on the practice field today, so he may be good to go for Sunday, which is actually very good news for the Titans in general, is that he might be able to go. So that is a very good thing that he definitely practiced. I'm looking at trying to get some other news and notes. L'Jarius Sneed looks like he's poised to return, as well as Lloyd Cushenberry. So I'm just taking a look at some I'm definitely trying to see what's going on and everything. Now, I did notice Broncos wise, one of their linebackers, Nick Bonito, did get a 4-year contract extension just a few moments ago. So we definitely did see that. And let's see. Now, L'Jarius Sneed and Kevin Winston were both limited today. Dan Moore fully back. Dre Greenlaw has not practiced yet, so he's right now questionable for Sunday. We're definitely taking a look at the injury report, seeing, what's going on with that. But it looks like our offensive line is going to be at full strength. And so that's a very good thing. And really, this is going to be a big game to start off the year, and the Titans are just going to have to be able to, come in as healthy as they are and just be able to withstand what Denver is going to throw at them. So this is going to be a very fun game. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I think borderline, this could be sneaky one of the better games to come out. Now, right now, the Titans are an 8.5-point dog in this game. And, we're definitely going to see what they're going to be made of. So let's take a look at what we got going on. Of course, you got on the offense, you got Cam Ward's going to be starting his first official game for the Titans. Obviously, he's going to have Tony Pollard in the backfield with him. Tajay Spears down with an injury. He's going to miss at least the first 4 games of the year. You got a tight end. You got Chig. You got Gunnar Helm. You got David Martin Robinson as well. Of course, on the offensive line, we're looking like we're at full strength with Dan Moore, Skoronski, Kevin Zeitler, Cushenberry, and J.C. Latham. And then, of course, the main questions, probably a receiver. You got Calvin Ridley on one side. This could be a nice game for Alec Ayomanor to, break out and be like, hey, Rook is here. Because Patrick Surtain is going to spend a lot of his time on Calvin Ridley. And so Cam mentioned that him and Alec Ayomanor are building a nice rapport together and things like that. And that's going to be very important because if they get on the same page early in this game, which I would definitely like to see, that's going to bode extremely, extremely well going forward for this team. Alec Ayomanor, I think a lot of people think that Calvin Ridley is probably going to go well over 1,000 yards. I think he could hit 1,200. I think he's going to have about, I'd say, 80 to 90 catches. But I can see Alec Ayomanor coming in maybe with another 60 to 70. And I think Alec Ayomanor could get close to 1,000 because, Cam's going to like to throw the ball around. But I think I could see 2 1,000-yard receivers, or I at least see Calvin Ridley with 1,200, and maybe I see Alec Ayomanor with right around 800-900. I could definitely see that. And then you're going to have Tyler Lockett in the slot. You have Tyler Lockett in the slot. You're going to have Kabere DK. He's going to be our punt returner. And so I definitely think our offense could end up being better than people are scripting it to be. And we're definitely going to talk about that in our 4 points to victory coming up in just a moment. Defensively, Big Jeff, you got Big Jeff, you got Tavondre Sweat. You're going to have Sebastian Joseph Day definitely coming into the picture as well. So I definitely do like, I definitely do like where those guys are coming in. and are definitely going to be able to be helped. That's where a lot of our pass rush is going to have to come from, is on the inside, because again, do I have a lot of confidence in Arden Key and Draymond Jones? I don't know yet. I don't really know yet if I have a lot of confidence in them just yet. That's something we're going to have to wait and see on that, because I haven't really seen a lot of Draymond Jones. I really haven't. And Arden Key, we know, can be a spotty player. He's a guy that, one game shows up, has a good game. Next game, completely disappears. So that's something that we're going to have to definitely pay attention to and see. Linebackers, Cody Barton, I think is going to be really good. And Cushenberry and Cody Barton could really give some insight on this Denver team. Cushenberry maybe on the offensive line and perhaps on some of the defense that he's seen. Cody Barton could probably do the same thing as far as Bo Nix is concerned, or how the Denver defense plays. So that could give us a little help on that. It may not be entirely so, because things can change. But the surprise is Cedric Gray. Cedric Gray coming out of nowhere in the last back half of the preseason and overtaking James Williams for that starting linebacker spot, even though I think we are going to see some James Williams in this game. The fact that Cedric Gray gets the lead spot is wow. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes, because, Cedric Gray definitely played well in the last two preseason games, which is why he's gotten this nod. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. And then, of course, on the outside, can L'Jarius Sneed stay healthy? If Sneed can stay healthy with Jarvis Brownlee, and then you got Amani Hooker, Xavier Woods, or by year's end, Kevin Winston, and you still got Quandre Diggs, and you still got Roger McCreary, this defense could be slick good. This defense could be slick good if everything works out right. Special teams is a wait-and-see moment. We have a better coach. I think from the preseason, special teams has been pretty good. Definitely. Joey Slye does concern me on his kicking game. Definitely. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten rid of Ryan Stonehouse. We're going to find out about that as well as time goes on also. But this, I think, is going to be a very interesting team to watch throughout the entire season. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this team does early on in these first four games. And if you haven't watched my schedule prediction, go back and take a look at that. I just released that one earlier as well. So definitely go back and take a look at that and see where I have the Titans finishing this season. But going to Denver, obviously all eyes are definitely on head coach Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Bo Nix definitely turned a lot of heads last year. Well over 37, almost 3,800 yards passing. He very, very impressive. Was very impressive last year. And, we're down to see. Bo Nix had close to 3,800 yards, had 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions last year. So, Bo Nix is showing he's legit. He is showing he is legit. And that's something right there. And so you got him, then you're gonna have RJ Harvey, and of course, returning for them. Definitely they picked up J.K. Dobbins in the offseason as well. And Cortland Sutton, we know is good. They definitely have some speed on the outside. It's something that we're going to have to continue with Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin out there. Evan Ingram at tight end. He's given the Titans trouble in the past. So this offense, for Denver, could be very good. They have a very good offensive line as well. With McGlinchey, Quinn Miners, Ben Powell, Garrett Bowles. That's a very good offensive line. But I think that is where the Tennessee Titans can attack their offensive line, and I think the Tennessee Titans could have some success against their offense. And I think another thing that we're going to have to definitely watch out for is this defense. This defense is very, very good. Very good. And once again, of course, as I see, Nick Bonino, 4 years, $106 million, $70 million guaranteed. That is the contract extension for Nick Bonino, the linebacker, the pass rusher, making him the highest paid non-quarterback player in Broncos history. And so you got Nick Bonino. Dre Greenlaw, we don't know if he's playing. He's coming over from San Francisco. Their front seven is going to be very good, especially with Alex Singleton, who's very good. Zach Allen is good. Definitely got to watch out for John Franklin Myers, who's with the Jets and gave us some trouble. You got the perennial defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain. Riley Moss, who is from Iowa, is a very good corner on the other side. So, this defense is something to write home to your mama about. So we're going to have to definitely be ready for this team. And that will definitely lead us to our first ever Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. So how do the Tennessee Titans pick up a win in the Mile High City? And we're going to start with number one. And this is particularly for Cam Ward and for Brian Callahan. We're just going to have to weather the early storm nerves. There are going to be some nerves in Cam Ward's first game. But it does depend on how he comes out and plays within those first, I'd say, 3 drives. And as we've seen, it might have started off slow, but then the next drive comes back and definitely does well. But we do have to weather those early storm nerves, especially being on the road, new quarterback, some new players. It's not going to be easy out there. But we got to weather the storm early and stay in it. Number 2, you got on both sides of the ball. Excuse me for that. On both sides of the ball, you got to be able to play smart, but the coaches have got to call smart plays and put the players in the best position. And one of the things that I think has been mentioned is making sure that they run the football. And that's going to be extremely, extremely important, is running the football. That's going to be one of Cam's best friends in this first game, because the scheduling guys did us no favors. Hadn't done them any favors. But we're going to have to weather the storm, and we got to play smart and call smart plays that puts our players in the best position to succeed. Number 3, Denard Wilson's going to have to find a way to manufacture some pressure on Bo Nix through blitzing. Because, again, I am not 100% confident in just Arden Key and Draymond Jones coming off of the edge. But If you could be flying around and really confusing Denver, you got a chance here. And then last but not least, you have to play discipline and cut out the stupid penalties. You have got to cut out the stupid penalties and play with some discipline. If you can do that, you have a chance to be very, very successful. But if you don't do that and put yourself behind the sticks, you're going to be hurting yourself in the long run. So, rule number 1, weather the early storm of nerves. Number 2, play smart and call plays. And that goes again for quarterback and coach. Manufacture pressure with blitzing. And you play discipline, play smart, but cut out the stupid penalties. And that's on both sides of the ball. And so again, we are an 8.5-point dog. I want to get y'all thoughts. Do the Titans win this game or do they not? Awaken says, I would look to possibly put Jordan Mims into that running back 2 position. I don't think Julius Chestnut is for that game. We're definitely going to find out. And so this is going to be a very tough test for this team. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go with this as far as my prediction. I do think the Titans can cover in this situation, but I just don't see it being just enough. So I think the Tennessee Titans end up falling in this game, and I'm going to give it a final score of 17-3. And so I think, and I've been thinking on this one, I'm going to have to go Broncos 23, Titans 17. I think that's going to be the final score. I think the Broncos get the win, but the Titans do put up a fight in this one. So I think that's going to be my final score for this particular game. And while we're talking about games, TNT tonight, we have a game tonight. Cowboys, Eagles tonight. I believe it is at the Link, so it's in Philly. Dallas is an 8-point dog. Now, I've heard some say take Dallas. Now, Waken says this game will be quite telling to the direction that the Titans will go. I think if they're competitive in this game, it says that they're at least heading in the right direction. Of course, I have to have a hater or two who thinks that the Broncos will win 17-3. Thank you, Sabrina, for your comment. However, I agree. I think the Broncos will win, but I think the Titans are still going to put up a little bit of a fight in this one. So, the Titans they're going to be underdogs in this game. But I still don't think that I still think 8.5 is a little bit too much to lay on the Broncos. And that's why I think the Titans will cover in this game and at least lose by 3 or by 6. So that's kind of the way that I'm going when it comes to that. Cowboys Eagles tonight. I think the Eagles are going to win. I think the Eagles win. I think I was going to go with the Cowboys to at least cover. And I still am going. I think the Cowboys will cover. I think it's over under, I believe, 48.5. And I'm going with the over. But I still think with them being division rivals, it's going to be a little bit closer of a game. But I do think that Philly pulls away. I think Philly pulls away at the end of this thing. So that is my prediction. I think the Cowboys will not win, but I think they'll cover in this game. So again, everybody, I think that's going to just about do it for my show. Didn't really have a lot of questions. That's why I didn't do a pick my brain. But we're definitely going to have that going on throughout the season. Definitely will be having many guests coming on the show as well. Definitely be looking out for that. Shout out to my peeps, Teron Davenport, Miss Teresa Walker, Miss Caroline Finn, my boy Jared Stillman. Definitely look out for them in the coming months. And so everybody, let me know what you think of the show. Leave your comments. Definitely make sure you go follow the pages, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, or X. Definitely make sure y'all do that. And I thank you guys for tuning in to TNT tonight. Definitely look forward to Sunday. I'm trying to make sure I'm going to see if my equipment's going to be good to go. If not, what I will be doing, I will definitely try my best to do a pregame. I will definitely do a little halftime, and then I'm definitely going to do a post game because I'm kind of working on getting my equipment together. So definitely I'll be able to go live, and there won't be no audio distractions or anything like that. So that's something that I'm definitely working on, and we're definitely going to be prepared. But everybody, I thank y'all very much for tuning in to TNT tonight. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. If you haven't already went, go check out my schedule prediction show. I did that. It was about a 10-minute show. Just go and take a look and see where I think they're going to finish. And leave your comments and stuff there. Super chats are definitely appreciated. I thank y'all very much for tuning in to the show. And everybody, y'all have a very good rest of your Thursday. Happy football. It is back. And I will be joining Lee Hillis of the 615 podcast in about 30 minutes as well. So y'all come on over for that too. And as always, tighten up because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.